how do we make let's say we have 30 minutes in our days just for learning. How do we maximize that?
Yeah, I think the best way will be to make it a habit at a set time, not even 30 minutes, even 15 minutes, and go for micro learning. Especially when you are at mid-career, go for micro learning, short spells of learning. Learning doesn't mean you need to be in an online class or watch a video. You can also observe others and learn from them. Or even when you are having coffee with somebody, you are talking to them, you are learning from them. All this is learning. It's all continuous learning. So we should not think that we need to sit in a classroom or we need to look at a computer to learn.
Okay, so in a way, we have to start changing our minds about
That's right.
the environment that we're learning.
Yes.
Anywhere can learn.
Yeah.
So what about the internet? The internet has so much information.
Yes.
So how do we pick what to start learning? Because we don't want to be overwhelmed, right?
Yes. So that again is individual choice. You can pick, let's say, for example, if I pick that I want to learn how AI is used in Excel, because I'm an outdated person, so I want to learn. So I have to set the goals and say within a month I will learn the basics. And every day I'm going to study for 15 minutes, and I watch videos or I read, or even I can buy books and read. So it's up to individuals. It's learning styles of individuals.
Right. So in a way, so just so we don't get overwhelmed, we need to know ourselves.
That's right, yes.
Like how do we want to learn?
Yeah, basically you need to know what do you want and where do you want to go in life. So like I said that, because there are people, sometimes I see retired people, they just forget everything. But if you want to stay healthy, you have to be relevant. You have to upgrade yourself mentally, because when your mind, when you are learning something new, your brain plasticity improves. There's a lot of research evidence that you can stay looking younger and smarter or sharper.
Right. Oh, so as long as we stay learning, our brains are exercising, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So that way that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's like physically everyone wants to be fit. We go to the gym, we jog, we run, we do cycling, swimming. The same way, brain also has to be exercised. If you don't exercise the brain, that's the end of everything.
Yeah, so that means we will stay stagnant, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So what do you also mentioned about AI, and you are learning AI with Excel, correct? So what do you think with AI in the industry, or even in being developed right now, do you think that skills are being irrelevant faster than most will catch up?
Yes, actually AI, I see AI as a companion, but we need to know to keep up with the AI speed. So we need to learn new skills to keep up with the speed of AI. So basically when I say skills, we need to forget about the routine things, because AI will do. We need to know how to use AI smartly. That is how I see it.
So even if we have limited amount of time in our days, how do we make sure that we're keeping up with AI?
Yeah, that's what I said, that you need to, every individual will have to set a time, maybe 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour, depending on the time availability. But you need to make it a habit. Actually, this is the biggest problem we all have. And then the next thing is you set micro goals, not a big goal and say, I want to learn Excel. First, I will set a goal and say, within a week, I want to learn how to use AI, how to do prompting. So I'll focus on that. And the moment you achieve that, you get motivated to the next step. So what happens to most people is we look at the end goal, it's difficult to achieve.
So it's like making our own lesson plans.
That's correct, yes.
Right. So when you also mentioned that we can achieve something in our micro goals, does that also mean that we are our own examiners in our lifelong
we need to be measuring our success at every stage, little by little. It's like, say, like a person wants to lose weight. If you say, I just want to lose weight, it will never happen. But if you say, in the first 6 months, I will lose 2 kilos, and this is how I'm going to lose, this is how I'm going to measure. It's the same for learning.
So, when we are, so does that mean, sorry, maybe I just got distracted. Sorry about that. With all of this happening, how do we make sure that the skills that we pick up, we feel like it is, we are fulfilling what we want, right?
Yeah, that is, individuals have their own goals in life. But besides that, when you are in the starting of the career or mid-career, the organizations have a lot to play to support. Basically, organizations have to become learning organizations so that they support the learning of individuals. But beyond that, it's up to each individual. Where do we want to go in life?
So, since you mentioned about organizations, that always relates to having resources.
That's right.
So, before AI, before internet, let's say we are not sure where to start. What do you think is the best resource to start with?
You're talking about before internet.
Yeah, maybe before the access of internet.
Yeah, that is the past. Actually, I have faced that, so I can tell you. That time it was only the libraries and senior people. But that's why those days, about 40 years ago, the skills we learned were relevant for a longer period because internet was not there. So people were not able to catch up so quickly. So like the skill I learned in the university was relevant for about 10 years until the internet came. The moment internet came, whatever I learned became very so.
Right. So I know you mentioned about seniors. So do you think lifelong learning is also good to pair up with mentors or anyone who's been in the industry long?
Yes, it is both ways. Actually, when you are younger, you pair up with seniors. But when we are retired, it's good for us to pair up with younger people because the way of thinking, the way of doing things is changing. So we learn. And when we learn something new, even by observing a child's behavior, that improves my brain plasticity.
So we don't always have to see, we don't always have to find mentors. We can look into.
You don't have to always. Yeah, you can learn like just by observing. Even with your friends, you talk to your friends. You watch short videos. You read. It's a multitude of access.
So, let's get into a little bit personal. What is the skill what is a skill that you have learned that benefits you the most up till today?
There are many skills. Actually, project management, I have learned. In fact, I'm now learning AI in project management. I'm a project manager, but I have been doing very manual. So now I'm learning how to use AI in project management. Another skill or competency or practice which I learned, which helps me, is how do you manage stress? Because as we go higher, and especially when you own businesses, you are under stress. So how do you manage stress? And that helps me. I have learned a lot of different techniques to manage stress.
So it sounds like right now there's a balance between technical skills and soft skills.
Yes.
Which one do you think, for different stages of life, which one do you think needs to be prioritized?
Yeah, I think for when you are in the early career or mid-career, technical skills are needed, especially early career. But when you come to mid-career, soft skills are important. I'm not saying that the early career you only specialize in technical skill, but it's more prominent. Or priority. Then when you move senior, it becomes both. Then when you go higher, it's more of soft skills, less of technical skills.
Right. So in a way, at the end of the day, we still need to find a balance.
That's right. Yes.
Right. So I think that went really, really fast. thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing
Thank you.
your information and your experience. So I think out of all of this, our biggest takeaway is that we shouldn't say that we know everything.
Yes,
right?
yes. Nobody knows
yeah.
everything. We are all learning.
So we have to stay curious,
Yes.
stay learning, keep learning. Yeah. So to everyone who's tuning in today, so drop a comment, mention one thing you're going to learn this week. And until next time, keep learning, keep growing. See you all again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Your Global Campus, Skills for Tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye-bye.